before the alarm and got to work early.
Do the folks around your office laugh enough?
When you get a win, does everyone on the team celebrate your success?
Does solving creative problems give you a thrill?
We know that thrill.
And if you want more of it, we want to hear from you.
Miller Media works with local business to increase revenue and grow the bottom line.
We do it by creating smart, creative advertising on air, online, and on smartphones.
Every day, the Miller Media Group team comes to work and does a job that makes things better for our listener, our client, and our community.
Miller Media also believes in the importance of a balance of work-life balance.
We believe it's necessary for a thriving workplace.
If you're the creative problem solver we're looking for, you'll earn a competitive salary and commission.
Plus, we offer generous time off.
Sound good?
Sound like leaping out of bed for?
Get started by sending an email to sales@randyradio.com.
That's sales@randyradio.com.
The Miller Media Group is an equal opportunity employer.
Your friend in Central Illinois. WHOW.
Top of the morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. My guest in this segment of the morning show, Terri Miller-Casey, Extension Director for the U of I Extension in Logan, Menard, and Sangamon counties. Terri, good morning. How are you today?
I'm doing well.
Thanks for coming on and talking with us as always. And by the way, Happy New Year to you, and hope that your holiday season was one to remember, and you're back to the grind, I guess.
Oh yeah, it was a lovely holiday. For those who know, I'm a brand new grandma, so I got to have my first Christmas with the grandbaby, so that was pretty exciting.
Sure. So first time for that. That's amazing. So hope things went well. And Terri, let's dive into as we get into 2023. It starts with a bang. There's a lot going on. We talked in December about all the things happening in January. Let's preview now February, and we start with Master Gardener classes. What are these all about?
Yeah, it's that time of year again for folks who are interested in maybe learning more about gardening and going in depth to take the Master Gardener courses. And so we are starting that training February 7th through April 18th. That's on Tuesdays, and it's from 9 a.m. to noon. And it's a hybrid course. So some materials will be online via the web, and some will be available in in-person classes. And so we have registration for that. It's open until January 27th, and it's going to have 13 modules. And those are going to include soils and fertilizers, plant diseases, entomology, pest management, organic gardening, and more. And so there's going to be videos, and there'll be manuals. And we just recommend that folks do have a strong internet connection, or they can get to a place with an internet connection, because some of these are going to be multimedia.
Mm-hmm. Now, when it comes to Master Gardeners, those individuals are vital to, what the mission is for Extension. Talk about the importance of Master Gardeners, Terri.
Oh, our Master Gardeners are absolutely wonderful. What they do is they help us, do better job of educating the public, because we've got one horticulture educator, Jennifer Fishburne, and she's amazing, and she goes out and she does lots of things, but she's one person. And so by training our Master Gardeners to have these gardening skills and to be able to go out into the communities and volunteer and also share this knowledge with others, that allows us to have a whole lot more Jennifers out in the community. So we have a great group of Master Gardeners in Springfield and Logan County, and they do yeoman work, and they do a lot in the community to help people learn about gardening, and also just allows our communities to have more beautiful spaces.
Well, and Terri, when it comes to these courses, I venture a guess they're going to do a good job of preparing all these individuals for questions, topics, things of that nature that they may encounter through the time of their volunteering.
That's correct. And there are some people who maybe volunteering that isn't for them, and they just want to acquire this knowledge for themselves. That's okay too. They can take the course, and we're not going to make them become volunteers. We want to spread this knowledge. What we find is most people who go through the course want to be volunteers because they've really enjoyed what they've learned. And the Master Gardener manual that you get, it's legendary. It's an amazing book full of great information. So that's worth, the cost alone and getting the manual and having the staff go through and explain things. It's a rare opportunity that really, it's very unique to Extension.
Well, with that said then, Terri, what kind of lessons are these individuals learning through these courses?
Well, yeah, they're going to get deep dives into things. Like we do a lot of, and I get the pleasure of talking about a lot of the workshops that we do or the webinars we do. And sometimes they're hour-long sessions and they're kind of scratching the surface. But this is going to be more of a deep dive. So they're going to really get into soils, soil health, how to gauge the health of a soil, how to look at soil testing and what that means, what kind of plants work well and what kind of soil conditions. They're going to get into fertilizers. What kind of fertilizers do you use? What kinds do you don't? How do you apply them? When is it applicable to apply them depending on the needs of the plant? Plant diseases, how to diagnose them, what are the treatment options, what to do if you think, oh, I think my tree has got a disease. That's one of the most common calls we get into our Master Gardener hotline here is people who have sick trees and they don't know what to do and they need help diagnosing it. Your organic gardening, we know that's huge and it's a whole new realm. And so sometimes there's information on the internet, but it's not always the best. It's not always backed up by research. So we have that research-based information. Pests, dealing with bugs, dealing with all the wildlife creatures and woodland creatures who seem to love your garden right when it's about to produce. What do you do? Humane ways to handle those pests.
Well, and Terri, is it one of those things where if you need to be at as many lessons as you can because they build on one another? How does that work?
Yeah, well, the lessons cover different topics, but obviously they're interrelated. So it's really important for folks to attend or try to attend almost every course because, again, they're really in depth, they're a deep dive, and they are kind of to build on each other. They're interconnected.
Very good. So, well, Terri, as we talk about these again, when do they get started? How do folks get registered? All those things.
Yeah, well, the first thing we'd want to do is have you get registered, and that registration is open until January 27th. And if folks can call our Springfield office at 217-782-4617. You can go to our website and contact us through that. Jennifer Fishburne is our horticulture educator, and you can go on our website, find her contact information, and drop her a line, and we can get you registered. I will say that there is a cost associated with this program. Most of our programs don't have one, but this one does because there's a manual and there's lots of materials that come with it. It's $225. However, if somebody has trouble meeting that financial obligation, we want to work with people. We never want someone to not get the information because they can't afford it.
Now, Terri, will folks be able to go back and check these seminars and these courses back? Check them out afterwards. How will that work for this particular set of classes?
Well, with Master Gardeners, the information is always being updated every single session.
Okay.
So usually they don't record those for the public per se to see because that information gets updated and changed a lot. But they do walk away with the manual that's got all the information plus contact information for folks who can give them more information for each of the different modules.
I see. Again, how do folks get registered and pay for this? What is the deadline? Again, those details, Terri.
January 27th is the deadline to register. You can call us at 217-782-4617, or you can go to extension.illinois.edu/LMS, and you can contact us through the web.
That is Terri Miller Casey, Extension Director for the U of I Extension in Logan, Menard, and Sangamon counties. Additionally, Terri, we've got some classes coming our way about beekeepers. Talk about this. This is a growing, it feels like at least, a growing trend among folks. What are these courses all about?
Oh, yes, this is a tremendously popular course. I think it's almost to 15 years they've been doing this course, where we partner with area beekeepers to do an introductory to beekeeping course. Now, this one is different than some of the others. Sometimes you get like a 1 hour, 2 hour, just to kind of give you a basic overview of beekeeping. This one, again, it's a deep dive. Think of it as Master Gardeners for beekeepers, where they get to go through multiple sessions to really learn the ins and outs of beginning beekeeping. And it's taught by seasoned professional beekeepers who do this all the time and have really great wealth of information. So they're going to learn about the life of bees, the common pests and diseases that bees have to deal with, bee equipment, how to assemble bee equipment. We're starting with, I've got the stuff, how do I do it? New package installation, how to inspect a hive to make sure that it's healthy, and then the care of the colony. And so it's a 6-part series, and it's going to be in person and via Zoom. And it starts on Thursday, February 19th, and then continues on February 23rd, March 2nd, March 9th, March 17th, and March 23rd. And those classes are from 6 to 7:30 p.m. So folks can either come in person, or if they're living farther away and coming to the Springfield office isn't an option for them, they can participate via Zoom, and so they have an online option. So it's really, really neat. This is one of the silver linings that came out of COVID, is that this program now can be done in person and remotely. So it opens it up to folks from just about anywhere who can participate. The registration fee for this is $45 and includes a copy of First Lessons in Beekeeping book.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll get that book as well. Again, if somebody has financial concerns, we definitely don't want to exclude them, and so we want to work with them on that. And class sizes for this is very limited, and this books up fast. People love this course and look forward to it every year. So if you want to register, I would do it as soon as you can.
Very good. So put that on the radar. And Terri, with beekeeping, I mentioned it's growing in popularity. You mentioned that these are very popular courses. What types of things are we going to be learning about, and why are those lessons so important? As you know, beekeeping again kind of booms in popularity, almost out of necessity. How about that?
Well, beekeeping is very popular right now, and there's a lot of information out there, and some of it is you know how the internet is. Some of it's really helpful and some of it's not. And the benefit of this program is not just what you learn, it's the connection with the beekeepers themselves. So as you start your hive, as you start to get into beekeeping, you're going to have questions beyond what this course can cover. Beekeeping is an art that people can spend their whole life honing and learning and getting experience in. So a lot of the past participants have said repeatedly the best thing about the course wasn't just the great, and they do, you know, they try to do hands-on activities, and even for folks on Zoom, they try to provide good quality video. It's the connection they make with the beekeepers, the area beekeepers. So they have someone they can talk to when they don't know what to do or they're having an issue. They have that person with experience, and they're connecting with other folks who are getting started. So it really creates a strong network. And we know that people tend to stick with things when they not only have the information, but they have other people in their network who they can lean on. And we've had a lot of folks become beekeepers and stick with it years and years later, and now some of them are even helping out with the beekeeper course. So that's a little bit of why this course is so special.
Sure. Very good. Well, Terri, again, where do folks go to register, and what are the deadlines associated with that course?
Sure. Well, we want, again, class sizes are limited, so the sooner you register, the better. The first class doesn't start until February 16th. However, you can sign up right now on our website. If you go to our events tab, and you can find a link there to Introduction to Beekeeping, and you click on the registration button. It'll pop you over to a registration page where you can fill out all your information, and then you can choose whether you want to do it in person or you're going to do it via Zoom. And our website, again, is extension.illinois.edu/LMS. Or, of course, you can call our office again at 217-782-4617.
Terri, let's take a time out here. Come back with some more. Terri Miller Casey, Extension Director for U of I Extension in Logan, Menard, and Sangamon County, is our guest on the phone. More to come with her on the WHOW Morning Show.
WHOW.
Let's check the opening numbers now at the Chicago Board of Trade on this Tuesday. I'm Jim Taylor for the RFD Radio Network. Corn, beans, and Chicago wheat all starting the day lower. March corn opening 672 3/4, down 2 1/4. May corn down 2 3/4, 671. July corn 661 1/4, down 2 1/2. March beans underway on this Tuesday, 1523 1/4, down 4 1/2. May beans down 3 3/4, 1523 1/2. July beans 1521 3/4, down 3 1/4. March Chicago wheat 733 3/4, down a dime. May wheat 742 1/2, down 9 1/2. July wheat down 10, 743 3/4. March bean meal starting the day 472.90, down 340. March bean oil 63.41, up 35 cents. Jim Taylor on the RFD Radio Network.
At Baum Chevrolet Buick in Clinton and Baum Motor Company in Farmer City, our job is to help you and solve your transportation needs. This is Scott Baum. Both in Clinton or Farmer City, we'll listen and find options for a different vehicle. Or we'll give you repair options to keep that car, truck, or SUV safe and trouble-free so you can continue with your busy schedule. If it has to do with transportation, we're here to help. Visit our full-service team today in Clinton or Farmer City. Baum Chevrolet Buick, right from the start.
MR Systems Wireless is your local internet provider for Clinton and surrounding area. They have the products you want and the local service you deserve. MR Systems Wireless Internet service for home or business includes unlimited data, unlimited streaming, and unlimited calling. Plans start at just $48 a month and get a free Roku 4 lease with our media packages. Get the speed you need with MR Systems Wireless. Call them at 935-2100. That's 935-2100 for MR Systems Wireless.
Your friend in Central Illinois, WHOW.
Once again, a good morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. The WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. Terri Miller-Casey, Extension Director for U of I Extension in Logan, Menard, and Sangamon counties, on the phone with us here for today. And Terri, as we catch up here for this morning, the Dudley Smith Farm Field Days are ahead, and these are wildly popular. Talk to me about the one that is closest to us in Christian County. What goes on here?
Yeah, we've got our Dudley Smith Farm Winter Meeting. It's at Christian County Extension Office in Taylorville, and that's going to be on February 7th from 9:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. And so hopefully, if you're a producer, you've had an opportunity to come to this before. If you haven't, please come to the winter meeting. It's always full of great information. They bring I always say the really smart folks, the researchers down from campus, and talk about the latest research when it comes to dealing with your herd. And so this year's no exception. This is just some of the things they're going to talk about. Filling forage gaps by growing and grazing cover crops. And then they're going to also talk about key steps to developing a profitable forage and conservation beef grazing system in South Central Illinois. So it's really kind of fine-tuning it to our area. And then modernizing Illinois phosphorus and potassium test recommendations for Illinois fields. And then they're going to end it with new crop rotations for Dudley Smith Farm drainage research. And so these are researchers talking about the actual research they've been doing at Dudley Smith and some of the preliminary results that they're getting. So it's what I love about it. These are very, smart folks. They're dealing with science. They're dealing with research. It sounds heady, but when you get there, they really break it down and show you how it applies and relates to your operation. So this is a great opportunity to talk to these folks, to get great advice or information about the latest research and apply it to your herd. So great opportunity, and it's free, and you get a free lunch. You can't go wrong.
You can't beat that for sure.
No
for
way.
sure. Now, and Terri, you may have mentioned it. I apologize. This is this is a series of happenings across the state. Am I remembering that right?
Oh, no, Dudley Smith's actually a research farm that's in Christian County.
Okay, so it's just a single location and event. Okay, I apologize.
No, it's fine. But they do a twice a year at least program. So they, in the warmer months, they do an actual field day at Dudley Smith.
Okay.
So you can go to the research farm, you can see it and tour it. Of course, we do that in better weather. And then in the winter, we have the winter meetup where we have folks come into the extension office and they talk about the research that's done.
Sure. Great information to be had. And like you said, Terri, it's all free.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can't beat that. There's only one thing you have to do. You just have to register by February 2nd.
All right, so put that on the calendar. That's coming right up around the corner. Very good, Terri. Anything else on the Dudley Smith Field Day or Dudley Smith Farm event?
Yeah, just, again, it's free, and register by February 2nd. You can go to our website and register there or contact our office. And that's, again, I highly recommend it. If you've never been, I think you'd be impressed with the information that you get. Excellent.
Terri, what else is coming up on the calendar? What do we need to know about?
All right. Well, I'm going to highlight a few of our online webinar events that we've got coming up. Since we're talking about producers, we've got one on extreme weather impacts, soils, and integrated pest management. And this is part of our climate series, dealing with the crazy, wild things that is our climate nowadays. And so these are talking about some strategies that producers can use to hopefully mitigate those challenges. The first one is on January 26th. It's from 1 to 2 p.m. It's online and it's free. And this one is, again, hoping to help producers through climate change. Do you want to ensure long-term profitability and sustainability? I think we all do. That's our goal. So climate change, it has significant impacts. It's going to continue to have impacts. We've seen extreme, we've seen droughts, we've seen extreme wet periods. And so this is going to kind of talk about some strategies that producers can look at to help, again, mitigate those things.
Mm-hmm.
And the other webinar in this series is February 22nd. And that one is called Decision Support Tools and Climate Monitoring for Agriculture. And again, that's 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Again, that's free. You can go to our website. You can sign up for both or one of them. You don't have to do both. You can do one or the other. Just, again, good information, timely information. As we look to spring, and I always look to spring because winter is not my favorite thing. We always think, what kind of spring are we going to get? Is it going to be super wet? I mean, all springs are wet, right?
Uh-huh.
But like, what are we getting into? So if you're one of those people who, like me, and we like to think about all the different scenarios and have some plans, maybe these would be a good webinar to just kind of, get some information, background information on as we prepare for, Illinois weather, as I call it.
And again, those are when and where, Terry?
Sure. Those are webinars, and they're January 26th is the extreme weather impacts, and the February 23rd is the decision support tools webinar.
All right, very good. So put those on the radar. I think we talked about the extreme weather impacts in our last visit, if I'm not mistaken.
I
so
highlighted that one as well.
Yeah. Now, is there a deadline to register for these? And I apologize for asking that again, Terry.
No, but usually I would recommend doing it at least a day prior, because oftentimes they will send you some information and data links, and those are nice to have prior to.
Easy enough. Very good. Well, Terri, as we come up on the end of our time together, I've got a few minutes yet still with you here this morning. What else do you have for us today? Any other webinars or things to focus on for us?
Well, since we're talking about weather, I'm going to go ahead and highlight a unique webinar we've got coming up February 9th from 1 to 2 p.m. Again, it's online and free. It's called Tornado Trends. So we're going to have Dwayne Friend, one of our extension staff who has a lot of knowledge in dealing with extreme weather and tornadoes. He's going to talk about Midwest tornado trends. Are we seeing more, or is that, is it a myth, or are they more extreme, the ones we're getting? And is the timing of these tornadoes changing? So he's going to go through some of the facts and the data that we're seeing on tornado trends. And, as I said, we're getting into spring in Illinois, so who knows? Probably a good time to get the information on that. But there's also going to be a second series in this kind of climate series, and that's going to be tricky pollinator questions and answers. So on March 9th, from 1 to 2 p.m., they're going to be talking about pollinator questions and answers. And we know that pollinators are so important. I've talked about them. Oh, gosh, I feel like I talk about them every single time we're on the air together, Seth. But pollinators are so important. And we know more and more people are becoming awake to the need to provide good pollinator habitats and to support our pollinators. So on March 9th, there's going to be kind of an opportunity to deal with some of those tricky questions, some Q&A on dealing with that for those who are interested.
All right, very good. So put that on the radar. Terri, I hate to do this to you. I got to let you go. Website and for latest on these webinars, seminars, and more. Where do they go?
Yes, absolutely. You can come to our website. That's extension.illinois.edu/LMS. And you can always visit us on Facebook. Just look up Extension LMS and you'll get us there too.
That is Terri Miller-Casey. She is the Extension Director for the University of Illinois Extension in Logan, Menard, and Sangamon counties. Again, Terri, thank you for your time here for today. The morning show streams to Facebook and YouTube. It's brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. Network news on the way on the WHOW Morning Show.